Before returning to where our cruise started, our last stop was Livorno. This port had several channels in the harbor and lots of activity as we arrived. This same Grimaldi ship that appeared in the Google Map imagery sailed by us after we docked. I had fun animating the boats on the map image to match the view from our balcony. So here's a split screen for that. Our ship came in, then backed into position with the help of a tugboat, while other ships ducked in behind and sailed past us. This is the fort on the edge of New Venice. In the 1600s, they hired guys from Venice to come over and help them make a canal-rich addition to Livorno out of some marshland. Just for fun, while waiting for our bus to Pisa, I was trying to figure out the name of this building without using the Translate app. From my study of photography, I knew that camera means room. I could guess that commercio would be commerce or business. So I'm thinking room of business, room of commerce. Then I remember that another word for room is chamber. So now we know what's in that building, Chamber of Commerce. There were statues and monuments just about everywhere in Italy. You expect serious grandeur, and it's usually there. But this poor guy can't get rid of the bird on his head. And this guy seems to be saying that I don't get no respect. The look on his face, plus the stack of construction supplies all around him. A bus took us to Pisa, where we walked a bit to get to this market area, then through this archway to this amazing plaza. I started to have this sensation in the back of my mind. It's the thought, this is a real place. The Leaning Tower had always been like a cartoon figure all my life. And Venice and some other things we've seen, it's a strange awareness that I'm standing next to this thing I've seen in so many photographs and illustrations. Dozens of people doing this thing with their arm. What is this? Some reenactment of the Italian soldiers welcoming Mussolini? No, they are doing the required trick photo of holding up the tower. We got to see this gorgeous carriage and got to explore the side streets for food and the shops. It was wonderful to walk around this place on such a beautiful day. The cruise ended where it started, in Civitavecchia. We didn't stay long. We just got a drink near the ocean. We were waiting for the time that our train was to take us to Rome. Technically, this was our second trip to Rome, but it feels silly to say that. We stayed in another fine Airbnb just a few miles from where we stayed last time, but with different things to see. This one was on a tiny street. The taxi driver got us within a block and then pointed where we needed to walk, since the car could not get us there. Our Airbnb hosts actually met us partway there. I guess we wouldn't be too hard to spot among the people on the street. We decided to head to the top of a nearby hill with elegant monuments and views of Rome. It was a steep climb, and although our destination looked pretty close on the map, the vertical distance makes it a real hike. Just about everywhere you look, there is a reminder, oh, I'm in Rome. Another amazing display of unusual trees on the way. Here's the hilltop we came for. It did not disappoint. Monuments, statues, and views of Rome. From this spot, we got a glimpse of the Vatican. Back down the hill, we crossed the Tiber. As the day ended, we wandered around, soaking in the atmosphere, having more great food, and watching the light fade. We were up very early the next morning. I took this picture to remember the beauty and to remember the feeling of being the only ones in the street. A fast cab ride to the airport, and we're on our way back to the USA. There's a few things I wanted to share that didn't fit in the narration of the places that we visited. While narrating these travel films, I didn't name most places specifically. Nobody needs a Hoosier with Okie roots trying to pronounce the names of Italian and Greek places. There were a lot of cool things on the cruise ship that we didn't take advantage of. Mary took quite a few nice photos of doors that we saw. I took a few photos of some interesting street plates. There's an awareness of the different timeline we have back home. Here, 1939 is a long time ago. There, when I saw a place that started in 1939, I thought, oh, it's a new place. I hope they make it. Since I needed bathrooms frequently, I had studied what to expect. I only saw one squat style, but several bathrooms in very nice restaurants didn't have toilet seats. It's expected that you'll make a purchase before using the restroom, and one place enforced that by having a special coin the cashier would give you for bathroom access. Three of the places we stayed had these very solid and interesting locks on the doors. Elegant old buildings are everywhere, but I thought it was funny that when they needed to put in a gas pipe, they didn't fret about the sanctity of the old building. They just grabbed a hammer. They often chose this rich yellow color that looks so good against the deep blue sky. We didn't see dishwashers where we stayed. Two of the places had these cabinets with built-in dish rack and drip tray. There was a classic look on the cheap with these copper-colored PVC pipes. Although the perfect opportunity never arose, I prepared for our trip by learning the Italian national anthem on my harmonica. We were around a lot of people, and most of them did not speak English. I began to think that maybe the language barrier isn't the biggest barrier between people.